Hey everyone, I just wanted to get on real quick and discuss chapter 5 in our group K14's Cash and Credit Community. This month for March, we are doing a challenge and it is debt payoff challenge. So week 1, you were supposed to write up all of your debts from smallest to biggest and focus on the first one, paying it down as fast as you can. And last week on Sunday, or this week on Sunday, I did a video and it cut out because I have an old laptop. So my husband offered me to buy me a new one. I said, no, we don't need it right now. So I'm going to use my phone right now. But needless to say, chapter 5 is starting to dive into more of the psychological, mental mindset, what have you, for money regarding Dave Ramsey and his beliefs and what he thinks. So chapter 5 was, there's 2 things. Ignorance. You are not born as a baby. You are not born to know how to handle your money, how to get it right, what have you, right? Go ahead and comment if you're on. Thanks. So you guys can hear me. But if you choose to stay ignorant and not research and not learn and not find the resources of someone who does know, who could help you, then that's on you. That's a choice that you made to stay in debt, or that you made not to put money in savings or fix your credit, whatever, right? So it's up to you to be financially smart. Now, are you fit or are you fat? Okay, so he does a little thing, section, what have you, on, oh, it's saying that I am live now, so that means you guys missed the first 2 minutes, but whatever. So he basically says that, and I'm in my bathroom because the baby's crazy, but he says that if your financial situation, whatever, was visual, then some people would be fat. So you would be able to see, look at them and know that they didn't have their stuff together, right? But here in America especially, we can portray all of this debt as if we're living the big life. We have all this money, but in reality, you just have a big pile of debt. So to give an example, one of my neighbors, they had a huge house. Okay, same house as me, but they had all these upgrades. And I'm like, dang, how can they afford that? Whatever. And then they had 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe 4 cars, right? And they had one of those ATV things. It's like I don't know what they're called, but you can go into the dunes, the big things. Can somebody tell me what them are called? But anyways, they had one of those, and I was like, oh, how much are those? Like $4,000. I asked my husband. He goes, those are $25,000 at least. And I was like, huh? Like, that's a new car. What? Go ahead. Okay. And they never used it. Like, they had someone coming out to buy it. And I'm like, okay, you're tripping. My baby's screaming. She's trying to come. So let me finish this up. So 2 things he covers in chapter 5, which everybody should be reading. Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover. Is number 1 is ignorance. So don't be ignorant. And number 2, common sense. Keeping up. Okay, good. My cousin's on there. Thank you. Keeping up with the Joneses. Now, America is definitely the number 1 spot for this problem. They made a whole movie about it called Keeping Up. Look at my eyebrows, guys. Keeping Up with the Joneses, right? But the point is, in my 20s, I'll use myself as an example. In my 20s, I was married young at 20, had my baby at 21, turning 22, bought a house after that, and it was like boom, boom, boom. That's the expectation when you're young. Get married, have a baby, and buy a house. Like, that's literally the order that your life is expected to be. In my 30s now, I know that was just other people's expectations, the norm that was pushed upon everyone, really. But everyone has their own timeline. If you are on a different timeline, go ahead, do your thing, do what makes you happy. If you are single until you're 35, who cares? Because you were able to have that time by yourself, and you know what you like and what you're not going to deal with and all that. So when it comes to finances, in your 20s, you're always trying to do what you need to do and and show off and all this. And I'm like, no. So my friends and I, we're grown, we're going to be 35 this year. And we know that it's not a competition. Like between us, it never really was, but between us, it's more of a, people are texting me. It's more of a, not a competition. Obviously it's a competition with yourself on what you should be striving for and doing better and all that, duh. But between us, it's more of motivation. So we hold each other accountable. So I had a friend, she was making good money. I'm talking like 6 figures plus good money, right? And I'm like, boo-boo, when are you going to buy a house? And just that little nugget that I put in the back of her head that went in her subliminal, she was like, you know what? I need to buy a house. 6 months later, this girl got a house. Yes, put money down, paid off some student loans, all that, just because I asked her the question and I wanted her to do the best she could do for herself and her kids. So I just challenged her, just, asked her what's up. So anyways, keeping up with the Joneses. Obviously, I don't care anymore because I'm grown, like I said. But, we're doing what we can do here. We're working towards our goals and what we want as a couple, as a family, as a relationship, as our future. And everybody's is going to look different. You may have 2 kids. You may have 0 kids. You may not want kids, But the kids obviously play a role in your plans, duh. But for us, we wanted lots of kids. Like I was like, okay, I'll stop at 5. Man, when I had my 2-year-old, I was like, no, I'm good. And I would tease him, okay, one more. Let's just try for a boy. And then I'm like, I'm good. So if we end up adopting, that's one thing. But I'm not having any more children from this uterus because I get really bad, I don't know if you guys saw my post, but really bad, what's it called? Postpartum anxiety and depression. So I had never had it in my whole life. And all of a sudden at 32, I think I'm 30, 32 years old, just getting all that at once when you have not been able to make those coping mechanisms and build up your, I guess, wall or whatever, then it's crazy. No, I went at 5 because I was willing to have 4, and if it was a girl, stop at 5. But imagine having 5 girls. I'd have been real mad. So I was like, you know what? I'd rather keep the 3 I have than risk having a 4th girl. That's where I was. And I'm like, I'm good. So anyways, keep up on it. Chapter 6 is essential. Chapter 6 is some people's biggest financial hurdle they're going to have to overcome. And that's saving $1,000 fast. So saving $1,000 in your savings account fast within a month, right? And think about some people, they've never had $1,000. They've never had $200 in savings ever in their adult life. Like your tire blows out. What do? So I just am really passionate about the budgeting and paying off your debt and building that credit score so that way you can get good interest rates and not pay the bank, extra for money that could be going into your balance of your principal for your debt instead of just going off to La La Land ferries, the bank ferries that just get your credit, So anyways, hit me up on the group in my inbox if you have any questions about what you should be paying off first, second, third, fourth, what have you. So see you guys in a couple days. I'm going to read chapter 6 and come back for a little something.